What's up, my beautiful people? Welcome back to another episode. I'm your host, Richie, here with Jesus.
Did you forget I muted myself?
Well, you were supposed to at least say hi.
Oh. Hi!
Oh, Jesus. Today we're going to be doing a culture video. We're going to be reacting to a video where one man faces off against 20 individuals within the Manosphere. It's from the channel Jubilee. So we're going to be giving our reaction to this discussion. There's a couple different topics, so we're going to be going piece by piece. So make sure you check out the channel, check out the original video. The main person on that's going against the 20 individuals is Mark Manson, who's I've done videos on already. I'm not aware of any of the other individuals, so maybe they're influencers or known people, but I just happen to not know who they are. But I've given my opinion on the Manosphere slash Red Pill community slash whatever else, and so has Jesus and Ian on this channel. But we're gonna try to be as open minded as possible. But I did check out the entire of this video, so I can say that there are some stuff. I would say majority of the stuff I think we can all get on the same page about. There's some stuff that I don't agree with, and some stuff that I will be pointing out as the discussion goes. So with that being said, let's get right into it.
How's it going, Dave?
What's up, man?
Good
How
to
are
meet
you?
So when you say billion-dollar industry, can you give me some examples where they're making money from?
Tate's Hustler University, I think at one point he was bragging that it was making 12, 15 million a month. Sports betting, gambling sites are sponsoring a lot of these guys. They're driving like millions of dollars of revenue to them. OnlyFans, like a lot of them manage OnlyFans, so like they'll tell you how like the Matrix is holding you down and how women are, these women are disgusted, and then they will like turn around and promote the OnlyFans girls that they manage to. So it's
Would you say like online dating courses as well?
online dating courses.
Yeah, like dating courses and anything like online to give you like advice to pick up girls. Is that
Well,
in the manosphere as well?
It depends. I mean, this gets back into like, how do you define the manosphere?
Yeah. Well, you kind of defined, you said OnlyFans, you said sports betting. So now you're just
Sure.
encompassing a bunch of different things that probably has nothing to do
There's
with
a
actual
lot of
manosphere
different forms
itself.
of monetization.
Yeah.
Right. There's a lot of different forms. And again, there's like the manosphere. I think at this point we've probably established there's a spectrum. My issues is primarily with the extreme end.
Okay.
Right.
So extreme is OnlyFans, which I agree on is bad.
Yep.
Gambling, which I agree on is bad.
Okay.
So what else is the extreme that's it's making too much money where you feel like that's harmful to
well,
society?
I mean, Tate's course largely just taught people how to promote Tate's course and take 50% of the revenue. So, I mean, it's by definition a pyramid scheme and an MLM.
So you like went into the course, like you know the courses that are available there?
No, this is just public information.
Okay. So then what specific courses in there is harmful? So you seem to know a lot about if it's making $1 billion.
I've not taken the course.
Okay. So you're kind of just assuming, you're just guessing, right?
I mean, this is just based on things that I've read.
So if someone's taking a course and they're learning just stock trading or trading cryptocurrency or like online marketing, is that bad that they're in that course?
Depends on what the course is teaching them.
Okay. Is it more you just don't like the person that's giving the course?
Well,
You
that's-
don't like their
is tr-
ideology, but
that
if
is-
they're
that is
giving
tr-
something that's critical for
that
men
is
to
tr-
learn and make money, you just don't like the vessel it's coming from.
That is
So if it
also
was coming
true.
from you, you'd probably be like, okay, well, you're biased toward yourself. You like the information you give, and
Well,
you
I
could teach
wouldn't
the
make
same
a
stuff
course
and be
on
good.
trading shitcoins. Like it's both. It's both the content that's being sold and the personality selling it.
Well, you would
I-
say
I
that
take
people
issue
have
with.
self-agency, right? They could decide if they want to take the
Sure.
course. They could decide what information is good from this person, what information is bad from this person, right?
Sure.
You bring up all these like Myron Gaines, Andrew Tate. They probably say, I would say 90% of it's good, 10% of it's bad, and
Okay.
you don't have to take all 100%. Everyone has self-agency, so if you can't decipher what's good and bad from someone, not to be rude, but unfortunately you're just low IQ because you could just take simple stuff that's just good, be like, oh, I'm going to apply this to my
Sure.
life. Oh, that's kind of extreme. I don't like that. I'm not going to apply that to my
Right.
life. And then at the main core of all these teachings is self-accountability. So you're in control of your life completely. So if you're letting some online influencer dictate and your life goes down a negative pathway, that's your own doing. You're just trying to find something to blame on because you're not taking accountability for your life.
Right, but it's if they're promoting self accountability while actively promoting things like sports betting, crypto, gambling to people, young men who are very vulnerable. They're naive, they're inexperienced. In a lot of cases, these are like 14, 15, 16-year-olds, right? Like, you don't have to be low IQ to be a 15-year-old who doesn't know a fucking thing about stock trading, right? So it is, I understand that people have to take accountability for their own decisions. But I don't think that necessarily absolves some of the purveyors of these courses and this monetization of the responsibility of not taking advantage of their audiences.
Okay,
All right, pause there. We're out of time.
got it.
So real quick in this clip, aside of dude, I don't know, maybe that's just his personality, but kind of came off kind of hostile. I think there's a point to be made about monetization, like whether or not you agree that it's good or bad. I mean, we're out, times are tough right now. Everybody's out here trying to survive. So I'm not gonna completely shit on that. Like, I agree with what the dude was saying to a certain degree. At the end of the day, it's up to the individual whether or not they follow this. Like for me, I have people in my life when the whole Tate brother bullshit was happening, and they were like, "Oh, we can follow them," and da da da. And I was like, "Hell, the no," right? And I've done that with a lot of these movements, where I'm like, "No, I don't agree, or I don't like their message, or I find it stupid or hypocritical or whatever," and I just don't. I'm not going to go to OnlyFans and pay to have a superficial interaction with somebody who, at the end of the day, it's probably a robot. But either way, it's, like, you're responsible for your own decisions, your own actions. So I can agree with that. But what Mark was saying is also very true, right? And I said this in another clip. The Manosphere talks about accountability, but it doesn't seem to always come up when it comes to holding their influencers accountable, right? Because what Mark is saying, like, it doesn't mean that what these people are doing. Okay, fine. You're gonna say, well, it's up to the individual whether or not they take everything or they believe everything or they if they apply whatever. It's up to the individual. And yeah, it has nothing to do with their IQ. A lot of the time, it has to do with just where they are in life, or sometimes with their maturity levels, right? Where they might be just emotionally as well. There's some individuals who are also mentally ill who fall for this bullshit. Some people who are struggling with trauma, So there's different individuals who fall for this. Has nothing to do with their IQ level. So that's a stupid thing to even say, or an argument to have. Um, and what Mark was saying, like, it's about holding the now he didn't say it like this, right? But it's about holding the people who are pushing these movements, right? And one end they're telling you, as a man, you shouldn't be watching porn, you shouldn't be over here, gambling, you shouldn't be drinking and smoking, but yet they're being monetized or being sponsored, or promoting some of these services, right? Like, it's a hypocritical thing to say, to do. And to me, it's why, like, as a man, I don't give a shit what your message is. If you're not living what you're preaching, then why the am I going to listen to you? That's one thing that I don't understand. And anybody who wants to be respectful in the comment section, who's in the Manosphere, if you want to explain to me, or explain to a rookie here, how exactly does that work, right? Because are we not supposed to be learning from other men, right? Men who know more about something, about some area in life that we want to learn. But what if that individual, no matter how much they're telling you, right, it sounds all good, but they're not living it themselves, or they're going against their own values and principles? why would we give, like, why are you giving them that attention? Why are we not holding those individuals accountable? Right? Like, I don't, that's a big part of this Manosphere side that I don't understand, right? Of the accountability. Why are we holding certain individuals accountable, but then other people get the pass? Why are, oh, well, they're 99% of what they're saying is great. You know, okay, but they're also not the only ones doing it. They're also not the only ones with it. Like, are these mother, like the Tates, the Myrons, Byron, whoever these individuals are? Like, are these people the ones who discovered all this ideology? I'm pretty sure men have been knowing this for years, thousands of years. Like, they're not discovering something new. So why? They're also not the only ones spewing out these type of ideologies. So why exactly are we not holding these people accountable? Because, oh, well, most of what they're saying is right. You're not throwing them away. You're just going to hold them accountable. Like, hey, you're saying, not to watch porn, not to drink and smoke, not to gamble and all that. But then you're sponsoring or you're promoting these services, like you're practicing where you're preaching, you're practicing what you're being taught, right? So those are some of the stuff that I don't understand, and I find hypocritical about it. So I think dude had a lot of good points, but there's just some stuff that I just don't get that I really wish he would have answered. Um, and again, it just goes back to the tone of trying to have a conversation with somebody who's kind of like hostile, and you're trying to have an open discussion with somebody who clearly doesn't, who's just waiting for you to either finish talking, sometimes not even, or they take one or two things out of context of what you said, and then they're just da 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 da. Like, it's really hard to have a conversation with people on either side. You know what I mean?